Welcome back to Good Day. Simone Biles is one of the greatest athletes of all time. She's won 30 world championships, Olympic gold medals. 5 gymnastics moves are named after her. She also got the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the youngest recipient ever.
Just a few things to name.
Just one more. See, if you look at it this way, she has just one more gold medal than I do, or the President's Medal of Freedom. Just one more
really?
President's Medal than I do.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm close, but I'm not quite there.
And long past the age when most elite gymnasts retire, Biles has not just competed, she's dominated, winning 4 medals, including the individual all-around gold at the Paris Olympics. But when coach Aimee Boorman met her at a gym in Texas, Simone was just a 7-year-old child, exceptionally athletically gifted.
And Aimee Boorman is giving all of us an inside account of the once-in-a-lifetime athlete with a new book called The Balance, My Years Coaching Simone Biles. And Aimee joins us now. Good morning, Aimee, and welcome to Good Day. Thanks for being here with us. It's great to have you. Man, this is just a fun story. It's got to be one of those, just moments of great pride for you. Many moments over and over and over again, year after year. Talk to us about how you started as a coach and how Simone maybe first walked into your gym.
Yeah, sure. I started gymnastics when I was 6, and I loved being in the gym so much that I decided to start coaching. And it just kind of developed from there. And I ended up moving from Chicago to Texas. And serendipitously, this amazing little muscly, tiny athlete walked into the gym one day, having never taken a gymnastics class before. And she actually caught my mother's eye, who was teaching the class. And my mother grabbed me and said, "Aimee, you have to come see this little girl." And I actually blew my mom off. And I said, "I'm busy. I can't come see a little recreational kid." And so that was actually the first time that I saw Simone, was blowing off my mother.
What was it about the first time you saw her that made her stand out at such a young age?
Well, definitely her physique and just how naturally strong she was. She was tiny, but had these rippling muscles and so much energy, she just couldn't sit still.
Wow. So share with us a little bit about the early days of coaching Simone and just what that experience was like.
Honestly, Simone growing up in the gym was just like every other kid in the gym. She wasn't special, but what made her stand out was she could learn skills quicker than many other gymnasts could. So she had that aptitude. But as far as the daily struggles, the not wanting to do the conditioning or taking the extra turn or dealing with fear, she was a normal kid. And I think that's really what made it work. And I think that even though her talent was obvious, had she maybe been in a different setting, in a different gym with a different coach, she may have been pushed too far too fast. And then we never would have seen what her greatness has come to be.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and Aimee, at what point did you realize, okay, this girl is good, not just good, this girl's really good. She's going to go somewhere.
That was my next question, too. Yeah, must have clicked for you at some moment. You're like, okay, this is maybe going a little farther than normal.
Yeah, I think it was right around, so USA Gymnastics has levels that you go through, and she was a level 5, and most people take years to get to level 5. She kind of started right around there, and we knew she was learning skills so quickly that we could kind of fast track her a little bit. And she had a couple of teammates we fast tracked as well, but they moved up and kind of spent a little more time at the next levels. And Simone did spend the equal amount of time, but the amount of skills she was learning was much greater. So by the time she got to level 10, she was able to do so many more skills than an average level 10 could be. And that's when we knew that it was definitely time for her to start training for elite.
Wow.
When those years came, when you were able to watch, whether in person or on TV, of the World Championships and then the Olympics, what goes through your mind just seeing what you remember as a young child growing up to standing on the podium as a gold medalist?
Well, obviously there's a lot of pride involved, but I kind of equate it to when you're a parent and you don't notice how much your own children grow, but you'll notice your neighbor's kids and how tall they've gotten and how mature they are. And so even though your children are the same age and they've aged at the same timeline,
right,
it's different. So for me, watching Simone grow up, it was like she was just a kid in the gym, and I watched her every day. So it was normal for me. And there was never like a wow moment that there was this true appreciation until I was no longer coaching her. And then when I got to like sit back and just watch her, that's when I truly appreciated how magnificent she is. Because as her coach, it was my job to figure out what she was doing wrong and help her correct it. But when I was no longer her coach, I just got to enjoy watching her do gymnastics.
So what year was that switch of when you went from no longer coaching her to now just being able to enjoy watching her progress?
So probably when I saw her starting to compete again in 2019, after I had coached her through the Rio Olympics in 2016. We had been separated, not coached. I hadn't been coaching her for a while. And it's really just a different appreciation. And I was like, I got to see what everybody else saw in her. Because I saw somebody who was obviously had their own challenges in the gym, but was this bubbly person every day. And it was never about the winning. And it was really never even about the gymnastics itself. It was about the person that she was and how each day went in training.
Are there any, we just have about a minute left, Aimee, are there any key moments in the most recent years of Olympics where you just kind of swell with that extra degree of pride? The record-breaking medal wins, or the mental health challenges that she overcame. I mean, she's really just been an inspiration in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think honestly, people would think that this is a negative on her, but one of my most proud moments of her was when she pulled herself out of the Tokyo Olympics when she had the twisties, because she knew that she was putting herself in a dangerous situation because she didn't know where she was in the air. And I hope that what she was taught growing up in the gym with me as her coach was that you have to take care of yourself first. Like, you are the most important thing here. It's not about your country. It's not about the medals. It's about you and you being safe and you being healthy. So she was able to step up and do that for herself, even though she knew that there was going to be some backlash from the fans, or we'll call them fans. I guess they're not really fans if they weren't supporting her through that.
Right. And Aimee, finally, just kind of tell us about your relationship with Simone today, and if you're, still close, still staying in contact, and what that looks like.
Yeah, I wish we were as close as we once were, but life moves on. And I do think that that's an important lesson for everyone. Like, it's okay to move forward with your life. And so we are still in contact, but we're not as close as we used to be, obviously. But, I always wish the best for her. And, there's always a birthday message and things like that. And I'm really happy to see that she's thriving right now.
Oh, that's
Very
great.
cool.
That's so cool. Well, the book is called The Balance, My Years Coaching. Simone Biles, Aimee Boorman is the author and coach of young Simone Biles. It is such an honor to have you on the program. Really loved hearing the backstory to Simone's success. So thanks for all you did to get her to that point, and thanks for being with us here on Good Day today.
Thanks, Aimee.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.